In the last session, we have completed Bastion host, NAT gateway, and NSG. In today's session, we are going to start with load balance. But before starting on this particular topic, any question anyone have, please let me know. If no question, just a minute. Let me log into my Azure account. I'm able to log into my Azure. Now we will start with our today's topic where we are going to discuss about load balancer. Now, what is load balancer? Load balancer is help us to divide our traffic equally to all our virtual machines. From internet, whatever the traffic we are getting from our customers, that particular traffic from internet coming to our load balancer, and then load balancer is going to divide the person who is coming here to our load balancer that I want to send his traffic to this machine, second machine, or third machine. That thing is going to decide by the load balancer. So whatever the traffic we are coming from multiple customers, that particular traffic load balancer is going to divide equally to all our virtual machine. We don't need to define that for one machine that 80% traffic needs to go, for second machine 10%, and for third machine 5%, and fourth machine 5%. No, we don't have any option that I can define the load. It is equally dividing our traffic to all our virtual machines. And this is automatically done by the system. We have multiple types of load balancer. One is called public load balancer and other one is called internal load balancer. Public load balancer is used for those machines which is used for public like web servers. For web server machines, we are using public load balancer. The machine which needs to use publicly. Then we have internal load balancer. Internal load balancer we are using for those machines which is used only internally in our organizations. We can't access this particular load balancer outside of our VPC. The VPC which we have created outside of our VPC, we can't work on internal load balancer. Public load balancer I can access from my VPC also, outside of my VPC also. But internal load balancer, we can only access from our any question anyone have, please let me know. Yes or no?
Yeah, so what protocol it follows for public load balancer and the other one internal?
Same. It is divided equally traffic. But the traffic load balancer is coming, it is divided equally.
Equally. Okay.
Public load balancer is used only for web servers because public load balancer is used for our customers outside of our organization.
Yes.
Because only our organization people work on VPC, not customers. So public
Yes.
load balancer is for customers, internal load balancer is internally in our organization. I can even say that internal load balancer is used for like call center people. So but in that what we can do is we can create one Windows virtual machine, and from that Windows virtual machine, I can access this particular internal load balance. So on the internal organization people, whenever we have multiple people, they log into their remote desktop connection, and then from there they can connect to our IP address. Like this, they can do that.
Click. Thank-
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll practically see that also.
Sure.
Anyone have any more questions? Okay. Now let's move forward. And the first load balancer we are going to discuss about is public. And in this one, we are getting one option called SKU. SKU stands for stock keeping unit. What is the use of SKU? SKU is help us to improve the performance of our load balancer. And 1000 load balancer means we can create per SKU means 1000 machines we can add in this one. And we have two type of SKU, basic and standard. And recently they have added one more type called gateway. Right now I don't have much information about the gateway type of SKU. And basic one is completely free of cost. And under this one, I can add 300 EC2 machines, 300 virtual machines. In standard one, charge per hour. And in this one, I can add 1000 virtual machines. What is the main difference between these two? The main difference is the performance. Standard one is having the better performance than basic SKU. So to learn about this load balancer, what I need to do is I need to create virtual machines. And to create virtual machine, I need to create a resource. And we are already aware of that, how to create a resource. Search and HTTP port available. You can see here, system is automatically creating our virtual network. Go to advanced tab. Okay, sorry, I forgot one thing here. availability option we are going to discuss. Under this one, we have an option called availability set. Create. Now we need to create availability set. Now what is this availability set? With the help of availability set, we are creating a group of VM. With that, Azure can easily understand these are the group of virtual machines we have created. If you are adding that particular machine under our availability set. So what I need to do is, first of all, I need to give the name to my availability set. And here we have fault. Now what is this fault domain? With the help of fault domain, whenever we are creating any virtual machine, definitely to create a virtual machine, we are using rack. Let me show you server images. So not service. See, this is how server looks like. These are actually racks. This is one rack. This is another rack. This is one rack. This is another rack. This is another rack. There are different racks we have. So whenever we are creating our virtual machine, system is going to create that particular virtual machine in this particular rack. Let's say example. If this particular rack is down, then definitely our virtual machine is also down. But whenever Azure want to upgrade their servers, are they going to completely upgrade this server in one single go? Definitely not. So they are dividing that particular rack, same rack also in multiple parts. So if anything fault get happen or anything updation they are doing it in that particular rack, they don't want their customer service, that virtual machine get down. That is why the single in that particular single rack also, they have multiple hard disks, multiple CPUs, they have different, everything they have different multiples they have. So they want your particular virtual machine divide in multiple hardwares. So if anything get happen to one single hardware or whenever they are updating it, our virtual machine not get down for a single second. So that is why they have given us option that we can use multiple domains here, multiple domain, multiple hardwares we can use. For faulty one, they are giving that maximum I can use 3 domains. And whenever they are updating their servers, for them, they have given us that we can go with maximum 20. By default, in fault domain, they are giving 2, and in update one, they are giving as 5. I am going with the same details. But again, I'm repeating what is used for fault domains. Fault domain is whenever anything get faulty get happen in the server. These server, anything get happen in that one. So whenever it get happen, one particular part is down, and in that one, our virtual machine is there. So they don't want our virtual machine get down. So that is why we are using multiple hardwares to create one single machine. Even whenever they are updating their servers, at that time also, they have given the same option to us. That we can use multiple domains. Multiple domain means multiple hardware. Click on, scroll down. Username, password. Inbound portal we have enabled. Now I'm going to advanced tab. Under advanced tab, I'm giving our cloud image. What I'm giving as Azure training one. Click on it. Now, in this particular virtual machine, what system is doing it? System is creating a virtual network also. Because we don't have any existing virtual network, so system is creating a new virtual network. Now system is creating a virtual machine. Now I'm going to create one more virtual machine. And when I'm creating our second virtual machine, at that time also I'm going to select the same availability set. So with the help of that, system is able to identify that under one single group, we have added two machines. And you can see here, for second machine, system is automatically picking the virtual network. Go to advanced tab. Review first. Click on it. So here we have created our second machine. Now again, I'm going to explain what is fault domain. I know that might be you're not able to understand this. Again, I'm going to repeat it. What is fault domain? If that particular in that particular rack, the one image which I have shown you, this is one rack. This one rack is also divided into multiple parts. If one of the single part where our virtual machine is down, definitely that particular virtual machine is down. Yes, that particular virtual machine is down. So where what they are giving us, they are giving that option to us that if their particular part is down where our virtual machine is there, so we can use fault domain more than one, but we have used two. So it means our virtual machine is divided into multiple hardwares. So if anything get happen, our machine will not get down. That and this is only for the faulty one. And for whenever they're updating their server for that one, they have given the option that we can maximum divide our virtual machine in 20 hardwares. And in all 20 hardware, they have a replica of our virtual machines. So if whenever they're updating their server at particular rack, whenever they're updating the one particular hardware, so our virtual machine will not get down. So one single virtual machine is divided into multiple racks. So anything get happen from their side, any fault get happen, unplanned event get happen, unexpected downtime get happen. So our virtual machine will not get down. And in update one, whenever they are updating their servers, definitely in some cases we need to reboot our servers also. Whenever they are updating some patching, whenever they are changing the hardware, sometimes it is mandatory to reboot the server. So whenever they are rebooting it, our virtual machine will not get down. That is why they are using update domain option. Now, anyone have any question? Please let. Yes or no?
How many number of VMs can be added in a availability set to divide the traffic? 2, 3, 4, and any number?
There is no limit. They have said
No
that
limit.
in one single availability set, how many we can add multiple.
So is there any rules that has to be set, NAT rules and all?
No,
Or okay.
no, there is no rules we need to settle for availability set. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone have any more questions? No questions. So let's check our both the virtual machines. Here we are able to see. Okay, for second machine also I given the same thing. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me connect to my second machine and change the content there. By mistake, I've given both the same. So, sudo Azure. Then here it is. For first machine, we have Azure Training 1, and for second machine, we have Azure Training. Now let's move forward with our load balance. Search load balancer. Here. Click on. Select our resource group. Name of the load balancer. I'll give the name as load 140. We have given the details. Scroll down. SKO, I'm going with this standard one. I have already told you there is one more. They have added gateway. I'm not having information right now. Basic one is free and standard one is chargeable. And even you can see here, they're saying that basic SKO will be retired on 30th September 2020. It's more than 2 years, but we got the information that they are going to expire the basic SKU for load balance. So I'm going with the standard one. I already told you there is not difference much in basic gateway and the standard one. The only thing is the performance. The performance is going to depend on the SQ and how many machines we can add. That does also depend on the SQ. There is not much details we have under SQ. And here I got the type, basic or internal. Sorry, public or internal. Sorry, public. Next. Now here we need to create some details in our load balance. The first thing what we are going to create is we are going to create a front-end IP configuration. Front-end IP configuration means the IP address which I'm going to create here. With the help of that particular IP address, I can access my load balance. Front IP 149. Create a public IP address. I'll give the name as public IP 140. And you can see here also system is selecting a SKU with the type standard. And which type of IP address system is going to create? Static IP address, not a dynamic. By default, that options are disabled. Okay. So we have added our public IP. The public IP address system is going to create. With the help of this one, I can access my load balance. Click on next. Backend. This is important. Under backend pool, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add our virtual machines. So give the name to my backend pool. Give the name to my virtual network. And here I'm going to select our IP. Selecting both the machines. And you can see here it is showing us our availability set. It is mandatory whenever we are creating our load balance. In load balancer, it is mandatory, and then load balancer, it is not mandatory. Save. So whenever you listen a word called backend pool, under backend pool, we are adding our virtual machines. Now here we don't need to define any rules. These are ports. If you want to enable specific port number, we can enable that also. And here we have a NAT rules also. It's not mandatory to add some port numbers for NAT. With the rules we have already enabled at NSG level. So we don't need to define at load balancer level. So we have created our load balance. So system is creating our load balancer. After creation of the load balancer, we need to create health probes. Because everything, whenever we are creating our load balancer, we are not able to create. After that, also we need to create some more details. The next details what we need to create is health probe. With the help of health probe, system is giving the information about the health of our virtual machines. And one important interview question here. By using which IP address Azure is going to check the health of our virtual machines? make a note down of this particular IP address, or you want to click a picture of this IP address, click at wherever you want to note down, note this IP address. A very important interview question. I'm even putting this IP address in the chat box also. Azure has reserved this particular IP address to check the health of our virtual machines. 168.63.129.16. With the help of this particular IP address, Azure is going to check the health. So go to our load balancer. And if you see here on left hand side, here we have an option of health. Add. Protocol, HTTP, interval 5 seconds. Means every 5 seconds, system is going to check the health. If you want to set less than, not possible. Minimum 5 seconds you need to enter. Added. Next step. Load balancing rules. Here we have load balancing. Now, what are these load balancing rules? Under this load balancing rule, what we are going to do, we are going to combine all three things. Front-end IP, back-end pool, and all three things we are going to combine in one single option called load balancing. So give the name, front-end IP, back-end pool, port number, and here is it, health. The three things which we have created, we have combined. Here. Scroll down. Here we have something called idle time out. Now, what is this idle time out? Now, when I have, let's say example, when I open that load balancer IP address, right now it is redirecting me to the second virtual machine. Just take an example right now I'm giving. By default, system is rerouting me to the second virtual machine. If I refresh this page right now, does it going to reroute me to the first machine on the spot? No. If I refresh this page, it will not reroute me to the first machine on the spot. Our web page needs to be idle for 4 minutes minimum, because here we have said minimum 4 minutes of time. So our web page is going to be, needs to be idle state at least for 4 minutes. And then if I refresh my page, it will reroute me to the another virtual machine. Till that time, we will work only on that particular specific virtual machines. Now, can I increase this time for more than 4 minutes? Can I give less than time? Less than is not possible. Increase, you can do that maximum 30 minutes. I go with the default details 4 minutes. You can save. Now click on overview. Here is our load balancing rule. Here is our health probes. Here it is. Click on see more. Here I'm getting the public IP address of our load balancer. This is not the public IP of our virtual machine. This is load balancer public. And you can see here, it is rerouting me to the first machine. And I'm sharing this IP address in the chat box also with you guys. And you can see also my screen. I'm going to refresh this page. See here on this spot, it is not rerouting me to the second machine. My web page needs to be in the idle state for minimum for 4 minutes. Then it is going to reroute to the another machine. Now I'll show you one more thing here. I'll go to my virtual machine. Here I'm able to see the virtual machine IP address. You can see in the last it is 195. Here also, scroll down. Here we are able to see two IP addresses. One is which is linked with our specific virtual machine for specific virtual machine, and the other one which is linked to our load balancer. And this particular machine is added in our load balancer. That is why here I'm able to see load balancer IP address also. Same thing with second machine also. So here I'm able to see. Are you able to see the result? Please confirm in the chat box. And please confirm which machine you are able to see also. You are able to see first machine or second machine. Now you can see here, I have refreshed my page after a few minutes. Now it is rerouting me to the Azure training. Now if I'm refreshing on the spot, it is still showing me the result as Azure training. Yes, you are able to see the first machine. You are able to see the second machine. Now, any question anyone have? Please. Yeah. Anyone have any question? Yes or no?
So this health check is done during the load balancer. When VMs are under load balancer, we make ability set, or else it
It is
checks
in the
health.
load balancer.
It is in the load balancer.
Load
If
balancer.
VMs are there, okay, then only it will health check.
Yes.
So okay, otherwise it will not health check.
By default, it is checking the health. Because in that one, we are creating health probes which are specific for load balancer this checking. Because needs to divide our traffic amid. Let's example, if my first machine is down, based on any reason, like I am upgrading my machine, that I have done it. So load balancer needs to have information that where I need to read out my traffic.
The other machine should be ready and should be healthy.
Yes.
So
that time that health probe is getting the load balancer is getting the information because of the health probe. So specifically in our load balancer, we have health probe where already they are checking the health of our machines also. But to get the information of load balancer, we need to create health probes. Okay?
Yes.
Anyone have any more question? Please raise your hand. Yes, Srinivas.
Yeah, hi. Good morning, Ankit.
Good morning, Srinivas. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. Yes.
Okay, my question is if we have the any application load on both the VMs, okay,
Hmm.
those should be ideal. Means those should be installed on the both the machine at a time. So
Yes.
my question is that if user access the that application and modified the things, so will it reflect to both the machines?
No, in that particular case, Srinivas, you need a centralized location.
Centralized location.
Like you can see that, like you need to get a centralized location where your code is there. The
Hmm.
code, whenever code get changed, a pipeline will run, and then it will run in the both the machines.
Okay.
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 Otherwise, if you're doing changes in one machine, definitely it will not get reflected in second machine.
Okay.
By default, it's not they're not replica of those machines, but happen it. So in that particular case, you need one location where your code is there.
Okay.
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 From
Okay.
that one, it will run a pipeline, and from their pipeline system will do work in our machines.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Anyone have any question? Please let me know. Yes, Daneshwar, you can unmute.
Good morning, Ankit.
Good morning.
So in general, some load balancers support unequal load balancing also. But here
No,
in
I
this
didn't
case,
heard about that one.
so
And
there are multiple mechanisms like based on ratio.
in
We can
cloud, you're talking about cloud or yet outside of cloud you're talking about, Daneshwar?
on-prem.
No, I didn't work on premises. I worked on cloud platform on AWS or Azure. In cloud
Okay,
platform, we don't have anything.
okay, okay.
Okay. In on
Got it.
premises, might be it will be there, but I'm not sure about that.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
In cloud balance, it is always dividing equally traffic to all machines.
Okay,
Okay. And we can't define that particular mechanism in our cloud platform because that's already defined by the cloud platforms. Not just in
okay,
Azure, same thing we have in AWS also. They're dividing equally traffic.
okay,
Okay.
okay. Thank you.
Anyone have any more questions? Oh, no questions. So let's check with other thing which we have. Might be if you guys refresh your page now, if your page was on the idle state for 4 minutes, if you refresh, then if you are earlier able to see page one, now you were able to see the Azure Training 2. Earlier, if you are able to see Azure Training 2, now you are able to see Azure Training 1 also. But yes, make sure your web page needs to be or your application needs to be in the idle state for 4 minutes. Or even might be you can try in multiple browsers also if you have in your machine. Might be in first machine you are able to see one, in second browser you are able to see Azure Training. It can be happen in same machine also in different browsers. Just let me check. So let me open another browser also. I'm able to see both the in both my browser Azure Training 2 I'm able to see. So this is what we have about public load balance. Now we need to start with internal load balancer. Internal load balancer, we can't start right now because we have few minutes. and it's a big topic, but I'm going to discuss this particular load balancer, what we are going to do, but that will start in tomorrow's session, because in tomorrow's session, I'm not going to explain it. Directly we'll start the particular topic. Now, in internal load balancer, I have already told you that it is used whenever we want to create some application internally in our organization. So what I'm going to do in this internal load balancer is I'm going to create 2 Linux virtual machines where our web page will be there, and 1 Windows virtual machine I'm going. The first 2 machine I'm going to add in availability set because I want to add both the machine in load balancer. And the other machine which I'm going to create a Windows virtual machine, this particular machine I'm not going to add in availability set, because this machine is not going to add under our load balancer. With the help of Windows virtual machine, I'm trying to access my load balancer because this is internal. And when we are trying to create public load balancer, system is giving a public IP address to us. But when we are creating internal load balancer, we will get one IP address. Like for our virtual machines right now, we are getting the IP addresses 10.0.0.5. So same way, whatever the IP address range we are using to our load balancer, sorry, for our virtual network subnet, from that particular range, it will might be give 6, 10.0.0.7, it will give to us. And definitely it will give 10.0.0.7. Why? Because 4 we are using for first machine, 5 we are going to use for second machine, 6 I'm going to use for third machine, and the 4th one system is giving to our load balancer. So in internal load balancer, we will get the IP address from our subnet, not from the public. So this particular internal load balancer, we will continue in tomorrow's session. Any question if you have, you can ask. We have time. We can spend our time on question, but topic I can't say because it's a lengthy topic. Anyone have any question? Yes, sir.
So we have one requirement. So new client is came, new domain is came. So we will create the resource group, create the virtual machine. That is enough, or create a load balancer also for the domain.
Yes. First, the first thing is resource group. Without resource group, you can't create anything.
Okay.
Because resources are going to create under our
Resource group.
resource group. So first resource group, then virtual machine, and then load balancer.
Then subnet mask.
Subnet mask is the virtual network is mandatory. Without virtual network, you can't create virtual machines. If you're not creating virtual network, system will automatically create virtual network.
Okay, system will okay, default system is created.
System is automatic. That's what we have seen in today's session, Saran. That I didn't create a virtual network, but when I'm trying to create a virtual machine in networking tab, we are able to see system is creating a virtual network. I have shown it.
Yeah.
You can see.
Yeah,
Here I'm
yeah,
getting a
absolutely.
virtual network. I didn't create this virtual network. System is automatically created.
The IP address also generated.
The system is automatically giving the IP address 10 range. 10.0.0 they are using.
Yeah.
Subnet mask they are giving a /16 automatically. Okay.
Okay.
Anyone have any more questions? Yes, Amit sir.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Amit.
So I want to ask, it's like availability set fault and update is similar to like placement group in AWS.
No. In AWS, in Azure also we have placement groups. This is a different option they have given it. In our AWS, we don't have anything about availability set option. Okay. Okay. Anyone have any more questions? Look like no one has any more question. So with this, I can end this session here. In tomorrow's session, we will continue with our topic called internal load balancer. And you are already aware of that. I have already started a new Azure DevOps batch last week. So you already have the information. If you are interested, you can please check your WhatsApp group. You will get the information there. And from tomorrow, I'm starting a new AWS batch also from 6 p.m. IST batch number 181 for AWS. And even from same week, this is tomorrow I'm starting it. Tomorrow is 8th of August. And 8:30 a.m. IST I'm starting batch 182 for AWS DevOps 11th of August. So these are two new batches also I'm going to start. One, I have already started batch number 180.